I want to go a different direction. I just want to ask you a question. It's just more kind of about human nature. Do you think human beings are naturally good or naturally bad as human nature?
Tabula rasa. I really think we are. We
Blank slate.
Maybe there's some inclination. We're hardwired to be social. I know that. We're also, at least to some extent, hardwired to be self-serving. The best society merges those two. The best interest for you is the best interest for everyone. The social contract, from now until we die.
Locke's, Rousseau's, or Hobbes? Which social contract?
I guess I would just say the ubiquitous philosophical term more so than
well,
any
because
specific.
they all wrote on those terms, right? And they totally disagreed.
They
on
all
what
thought
that is.
different things of humans. They all thought
Hobbes had a very dark view. Rousseau very positive. Locke was more neutral. I'm just curious.
Socialists tend to think that human beings are fundamentally positive, but I reject that.
That's why I'm curious, because you see way too cynical for that.
Well, the implicit suggestion to that, to me, is that socialists think their system would only work if everyone was nice, and I don't believe that. I think that the best economic systems will work when everyone is an absolute POS, just a dirty, horrible human being, and
very
you can
Hobbesian of
incentivize
you.
them. Well, but it should. Maybe humans are amazing, but the best systems should survive human greed.
I want to ask you a very simple and general question.
Uh-oh. Those are the worst ones to answer.
It is. Do you think some people are better than other people?
Can I add a bit of nuance to that answer?
Answer however you want.
I think that some people have been developed to be more moral and of better character.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mean moral.
Just better, like they're taller.
That's it.
Oh,
However, but I think your interpretation of the question is part of the answer.
by any metric, there will always be people who are better than others, always perhaps by some combination of environment and genetics. I just hope that we can all ride along beside each other.
I agree. I think I mentioned this before the show. If you were to ask anybody on the left or the right, what did you want? It would be like for everyone to prosper, for people to be successful, to pull people out of poverty, things like that. I guess the issue is disagreeing on how we get there.
Well, I think I'm not sure if we want the same thing. I want more of a preservation and conservation of what we already have.
Do you want socialism?
Absolutely not.
Oh no, slight ideological.
No, but come on.
I mean, we don't need to play the word games. Go ahead.
No,
Tim.
Why
As
do
I
you
do.
want to preserve?
Well, I think that we have something beautiful, unique, and exceptional. And I take the more Hobbesian view of human nature, which is we're brutish and nasty and awful and cruel. And the fact we've been able to build something decent and civil is pretty remarkable.
But are you saying that we have a good system
A great system.
and people thrive from the system?
Yeah, I think people flourish and thrive. I think that a rights-based system is naturally the best way to govern.
Do you want people to be stripped of their rights, imprisoned, brutalized, impoverished?
Of course not. No. And I mean, the sacrificing of rights is something that usually has to be earned negatively, like murdering somebody.
So this is what I mean, because I think I could ask you the same question. Do you want people to be brutalized, impoverished, imprisoned,
Of course not.
taking their rights away?
But I would never want to grow complacent. You're both familiar with the Marxian theory of dialectic materialism.
You
correct?
mean Hegel's
I'm
theory?
Oh no, he had the dialectic, and we built on it, or he
We?
built.
I'd love to get into.
No,
I really want to get into the Marx thing because I'm
I said
super
he.
fascinated by it.
No, I just want to say, the theory, I mean, put simply, I guess, is that human society, the human project, it evolves as a product of antagonism, grinding antagonism between people in Marxian view
That's
of
very,
different.
That's very Hegelian. Yeah,
Well, yeah, no, I mean, he was a student of Hegel.
I know he was part of this. He was the young Hegelians.
Yeah,
and he won
no,
the argument.
Well,
right?
no, I'm not. Well, you're not. I'm just saying, like, he would get mad at you if you said he was Hegelian influence, but I don't think I would. Hegel was a smart guy. I just can't read his work because.
The phenomenology of spirit is impossible to read.
Thank you. All right. I was worried you're going to make fun of me. I just want to say.
No, it's really hard. He made the
a
very
brick.
simple complex.
Yeah. He was
We
very
agree
good at
on
that.
something.
I just want to say, sorry. I just want to, the project of humans moving forward, I think that antagonism fuels it, but in the best way. Not antagonism like war, but antagonism in the sense that we look at our ideas, our values, and we challenge them.
So I just want to say something we disagree on. I don't think humanity's a project.
Do you think we're headed towards something better than what we have today?
Probably not. I think that we're probably engaging in the second law of thermodynamics currently, that we're untangling. We're going to chaos, not order.
See, this to me, this is the thing, and I'm not trying to patronize. Conservatives have been shown to be more fearful on average.
So-
just to
Yeah,
finish
Bernie
the point, I'm sorry, because I
was-
kept getting sidetracked.
But the idea of the human project is super interesting to me because that's a collision point we're going to have. So
Yeah, well, I'd like to think, I mean, people have always said this is the best it gets. You know, the Postmaster General back in, was it the Postmaster General or was it the Patent
No,
Office?
the Patent
Minister?
Office 1900. All the patents have been made.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not saying it's the best it's been. I'm not saying improvement is not possible.
Maybe we can
Don't get
make
me
little improvements, but when I try to put myself in the shoes of men past, you know, I don't know, somebody in feudal China. And to them, what I live in today would have been incomprehensible to them in every imaginable sense, every conceivable way. But their arguments for the permanence of society then would have been better than mine today because they would have lived in a stable feudal society for millennia. And today, I now am here using technology that would have been alien to humans 20 years ago.
I think about like the Cultural Revolution. I think about the revolution in Russia. And you mentioned the conservatives tend to be more fearful. And I think there's history that shows us things can go bad. You can have something that's good, not great, could probably be better, and then end up with an unchecked movement that results in millions dead.
For sure.
20 to 40 million, I think, in the Cultural Revolution. We had Lily Tong Williams on the other night, and she was telling us these stories. They're scary.
Always hindsight, right? Because people thought this about every major event in social progress in America's history as well. The breakup, the Confederacy, the Civil War, the fight to abolish slavery, sure. You know, suffrage for women, yes. The Civil Rights Act, yes. Gay marriage, yes. It always feels like everyone argues, like this is the best it gets, and any future steps would be treacherous. But then we always make that next step. I don't know if America's going to be around forever. We're a young country, and countries far older than ours have fallen in the lifetime of America. So I can't look at what we have today, or the people that I live with, or the values that I believe in, and assign to them a feeling of permanence. But I can say this. I fear stagnation. And every country that has ever set itself upon stagnation has always died. Every time. Every country always seeks to better itself. And maybe that road to betterment leads to ruin, but the path of stagnation is always ruinous.
I agree. Our culture has stagnated severely. One thing I always bring up is like Christmas music written in the 50s. We still play it nonstop over and over again.
Thank you.
Movies have become repetitive, redundant, reboots. It's devolved from where we had these interesting pieces of art to just regurgitated crap over and over again.